Oh yeah, that is Jesus. Audio input capture. Can you hear me, chat? If not, let me know. According to my mixer, it says you can hear me. Also, can you hear the TV in the background? Yes! Thank you, Tess. You are my angel. You're my superstar.
I've muted.
Right. Kerry and Martin, can you sit further back from your camera? Boom! Yes. Yeah. Cool. I can now see you both. Right, so welcome. Team is quiet. They're not saying a
We
right
haven't said
lot,
nothing yet.
There we go. Did you hear Stu? Say hello, Stu.
Hello, Stu.
Say hello, James.
Hello, James.
Say hello,
Or Stu.
Martin and Kerry.
Hello, Martin.
I refuse to conform.
There's always one.
She says in a mask. So
Conformity is rewarded, though.
hopefully you can hear everyone pretty
It's
well.
hero points.
Yeah, you've all got hero points. Anyway, welcome to Heavyweight Gaming. We are a channel that plays lots and lots of tabletop RPGs, mainly D&D 5th Ed, Carbon 2185, which is a recent cyberpunk Kickstarter that came out and uses the 5e rule set with a few twists, and Pathfinder 2nd Edition. So we will be continuing our campaign, The Call of Stone, tonight. This is session 9. We are so close to double figures on this campaign. Unfortunately, it's Saturday night, so when anything goes wrong, it always happens on a Saturday. So we've missed a couple of Saturdays. Last week was all right. We had a lovely birthday and a beautiful celebration of a couple's wedding, which I assume is Martin and Kerry, and not James and Stu. But we're...
Oh.
Yeah. 10 years?
9.
9 years.
Ah, it's not important. So give it a year and then we'll celebrate. One more year, Martin. Well done. So welcome to the channel. A couple of things quickly. He says we can be found on social media at Facebook, Instagram, Twitter. Just look up Heavyweight Gaming and you'll find us in various forms. Give us a follow, subscribe, tick whatever the method is on that particular platform, and you'll find out what we've got planned, etc. We have a YouTube channel. If you go to YouTube and just type in Heavyweight Gaming, you will see hours and hours and hours of our sessions leading up to the point that the parties are in now on all 3 of our major campaigns. On a Sunday, we host Dice of the Beholder, who have their own homebrew D&D 5th Ed campaign, and it's just important to point out that it is separate to the world that we play in, and it's their own thing. It just happens to stream on the channel, so you can go to their YouTube channel, Dice of the Beholder, and follow their stuff there. So that is lovely. On a Monday, we host Kelly Jane Games, who runs Cthulhu. So go, if you like Cthulhu and all that madness stuff, go check them out on a Monday at Kelly Jane Games. My little announcements is getting longer. What was I going to say? I've got an announcement that I'll get to in a second. So, our sponsors for the show are Just Games, which is empowered by Mr. Stu, aka Gavin. Thank you very much for sponsoring said show. You can go to justgames.gg and see that they basically supply all manner of gaming, whether it be console, dice, tabletop, card, board game, other variations of gaming. If it exists as a game, Just Games probably do it. So feel free to jump on. You can find them on Facebook as well. Go to their site, justgames.gg, and check out their stuff. Our other sponsor of the show is Sawdustandswearwords, who, if you go to Facebook and just type in Sawdustandswearwords, you'll find their page and you will see some incredible woodworking talent. And it is so impressive to see that not so long ago they were just churning out a couple of cups, and now they have dice trays, dice cups. They've done dice towers for our charity streams. They've done bowls, candle holders, tables, and it's just going on and on and on. I believe they're contemplating dice jails, which is great. And the best old grumpy man who makes pens of wood, which is quite an accurate description of Sawdustandswearwords. So please go check them out. They are great. That's the social media. They've already said hi, so that's good. We got James, Stu, Martin and Kerry joining us, and we're going to continue our adventure. Now, the quick little announcement I want to make is I was contacted by a gentleman who is currently got a Kickstarter going, shockingly on Kickstarter, and it is a 5e Kickstarter, and it is called. Ooh, I've lost it. Hey, professionalism. Right. For all our background stuff, we use Sirenscape.
Do we have to fill the void while he's looking for it?
Yeah, you fill. I know the end bit. I just don't know the beginning bit. Right. Let me find it. You bastard.
Please wait for us one moment. We are having technical difficulties.
Last time on the Call of Stone.
Yeah, we are not doing anime style recap.
We are now. Thank you very much, Martin. That is getting done.
Can we do it like proper weeby anime style, like dramatic head turn?
As long as we do a shopping montage as well.
That was last session.
At this one, at this one, at this one, at this one.
So,
I need your sword.
If you go to Kickstarter and look up Dalreth, Dalreth, I shall get a link for the lovely chat. And go check him out. We will be reviewing it and playing a one-shot using the content that has been created by the by said chap. And we're going to go through it all so you can have a look and see how it performs out. It's basically a lot of feats, races, spells, items, subclasses, etc. Of what they're creating, what they're getting kickstarted, and it's like 300 pages of 5e content. They're halfway through their Kickstarter timeline and target. So, in fact, incoming link now. Some of the artwork's pretty cool as well. There's quite a lot going on in it, and we'll get to do that. I'm quite excited. There we go. There we go. This is going to be good. There you go. If you feel like it, check it out. If you like what you see, back it. If you want to wait until we've reviewed it before you back it. If you don't back it, that's your choice. There we go. What is that in the background?
This is the next door
Next door's
neighbour's
cat.
cat.
I was literally
That
staring at
sounds
our
like a
lass
cat.
to see if our young'un were doing a cat impression. Turns out, not so much. Right, so yeah, go check that out. Right. Previously on the Call of Stone.
Yeah.
I can't really do the dramatic. No.
You can't do
Lightning
the
bolt.
dramatic hair talk.
I ain't got.
Can you do it with feathers?
Hang on. He's
What?
doing the dramatic hair with
What's he called?
Bits.
Is it a
He's
Oh,
towel?
bits.
bit of a towel.
It's a towel. It's my anime blue hair.
Oh, yeah.
What's up with it? Hang on. Virgin Mary, fuck all on me, I tell you now. Previously on the Call of Stone. Definitely getting banned on Twitch. If you wish to donate 200 bits to this particular episode session, next 3 or 4 hours, the party will get a free reroll to use. They cannot use it on the DM's rolls. They have to use it this session, and they cannot hold any more than 5. And that's 200 bits. Thank you. Is this what Eddie gets up to when Mel isn't in the channel? There's a reason we have mods, and Dave's a terrible mod because he encourages me. Right, so
Thank you, Sawdustandswearwords.
for all your wonderful sponsorship. So previously, this thought we're given a job to go to Valcow. They were to deliver 6 items to a potential squire for Sir Gawain. They have succeeded. On their way, they managed to find an ancient stone forest, walk into a fair realm, discover a little look into the past, and then travelled through the forest of Emrys, where they met a few druids. Gawain got it on, and they Zach acquired a familiar pet, guardian, conscience, and weasel, and they ended up in Valcow. They spoke to a few of the knights. They returned a very, very old, ancient, incredibly powerful, let's not keep it, let's give it back shield. And yeah, they didn't paint by numbers on it, which was very nice of them. They got a few gold out of it. They spent it. They've done a bit of a shopping trip. They are currently looking for someone to give this love letter to. Zek's on a personal mission, and be damned if he doesn't succeed.
I want the money.
While the rest of them are preparing and waiting to return to the Forest of Emrys to help Otto and Nux return a Hellfire Glaive to the fountain on the theory that it is the original fountain it was taken from and corrupted. The Druid's theory is if they just put it back, it will complete the fountain and all will be well in the world. Because that's how it happens in Pathfinder and such.
And totally not going to summon a demon.
Totally not going to summon an entire Roll20 fight encounter.
I don't
We
even.
are getting paid for this, right?
I don't even need to draw a card. I know that there's demons coming.
Oh yeah.
I mean, you could get it wrong. It might be devils.
There will be something of a fiendish nature, apparently.
It could just be humans. Ugh.
So, just as an FYI, folks, at home, we use Sirenscape for all our background ambient music, which you will hear now, he says. Da, 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 da. It is...
No.
So hopefully you'll be able to hear that in chat. If you can't, let me know. If it's too loud, please let me know, and I shall try and adjust it throughout. Obviously, bear with us if we're in the middle of something. But yes, you are in the city of Valcow. I believe, today you've learned some lovely things. Sinis,
Some magic, some scrolls.
you have gained quite the friend in Gedeon, the 9-foot Bolshoi Goliath.
We're making friendship bracelets.
Squire out of Daisy Chains. Squire to Gawain. Gawain, you've done your thing and done a bit of FaceTime sexting. And Zek, you are... Well, you're currently waiting for the morning, I believe, to meet a wizard. You're going to find...
Need to go meet a wizard about a love letter.
So, it's morning time. And we'll beam in on you, Zek.
Oh, I will get up, I will brush my teeth, I'll get dressed. Nah, let's just go.
Cool.
I want to go back to the shop that I was at before.
So you head back to the Runic Silver, I believe. And it is open. It's, I say early morning, depending on what time you got up, crack of dawn. But you head over, it is open, as are most of the places that you pass on the way. And you see Fence stood there, talking to a tall, lean, full orc. Their skin is a pale grey, like thin smoke. Their eyes seem to be quite bright. There's not a lot of lines around them. They've got a youth about them. And their hair is oil black and kept real nice down. The fur, the grey fur robes that they have wrapped around them kind of fit their figure. They are male to look upon. And they are currently in a conversation with Fence. This tall orc looks very different to Fence.
I will wait.
They continue their conversation for about 5, pushing 10 minutes. Are you hiding or are you just waiting off to the side?
I like walk to like within about 10 feet of them and then wait.
All right,
tapping
cool.
my foot.
Cool. So, Fence sees you, says something to the tall orc, and nods over to you. The tall orc turns and just walks towards you. When they get upon you, you feel a aura of warmth around them, as if their aura is staving off the Arctic conditions of Valcow and survive.
Oh, you're like a campfire. Oh.
I have been called a campfire before, yes. My name is Alexander, of the Foolish Harper.
Alexander of the Foolish Harper. Oh, okay. What's so foolish about the Harper?
Well, the fact that it is foolish.
Okay. Are you like the wizard that I'm supposed to be meeting then?
I am indeed a practitioner of the arcane.
Ah, awesome. So how much is it going to cost for me to send a message to someone and get one back?
Depending on the someone. If I do not know them, it will cost more, as it will take further concentration. If I know them, then it should be cheap enough.
Well, do you know Beldak? Bartender. Town to the south.
Beldak from Delinsk?
Yeah, that'll do.
I do indeed know Beldak.
Oh, there we go then. So is that easier?
A gold coin.
Oh, cheap at half the price. There's a gold.
What do you wish me to say?
Tell her that Zek and the mighty companions of the goblin have arrived at the city. However, Gawain cannot remember the name of the person we're supposed to give this letter to. And their location.
Your location being here, or will you be elsewhere?
Location here. I expect them to return the message straight away. Does it not work like that?
It depends on them.
Oh, okay.
So, you wish me to say that yourself and Gawain are here and have forgotten who to deliver your...
No, Gawain has forgotten who it was, and I wasn't listening at the time.
Yes, indeed. So you see Alexander just sort of pause a moment, close his eyes. 2 or 3 seconds pass, and he opens them.
So are you ready?
Yes. Gold coin?
Oh, okay, it's gold coin.
Oh. You see him wave his hand, and you almost feel a spark of arcane energy just flutter from the fingertips as he waves them. Almost like a parlour trick. And he stares off into space, turns back to you. Beldak says the letter is for me.
Oh, is it?
Was it given to you by Sergei?
I don't know. Probably.
Give me a history roll.
A history roll?
Is it
This
history?
can only go wrong. I mean, for a start, I don't think I've got history.
Yeah, you can still give it a go.
I really can. If I don't have the skill, it won't let me click it.
You don't have the skill. What
How
would we
about
do for that?
society?
Yeah, go society. I really need to cover my walls in GM screens of all the different bloody games.
Awesome. First roll of the night, I got a 1.
Epic.
Yeah, you ain't got a clue. Sergei gave you
I didn't
that
have a
one.
clue at the beginning. I don't have a clue 10 minutes in. I mean, what could we possibly go wrong?
Two that one's trying to find out what this letter's going to.
Yeah.
So yeah, you don't have a clue who Sergei is.
I don't know who Sergei is. Maybe describe them.
Sergei is a handsome orc who owns the tavern that Beldak works out of, with the small halfling Bryn. It is the only town I know that far south that Beldak would reside in.
You said he was a handsome orc, yeah?
Yes, a beautiful orc, some say. Or at least I say.
Oh, okay. Are you, do you have, I don't know how to phrase this. Do you have feelings?
I do have feelings, yes.
Like really strong feelings?
I have had strong feelings, yes.
For Sergei?
Very much so for Sergei.
Ah, in which case this letter must be for you! That'd be 1 gold piece, please.
Beldak says the price was 8 gold.
Oh, in which case I'll take 8. Thank you.
Thank you. He keeps the gold coin you gave him, but gives you 8 different coins.
Ah, oh well, you know, tit for tat. You could have just given me that one back, but oh well.
I'll take it as memorabilia.
Ah, okay.
Hang on. Let me.
Have you got a return letter?
Oh, cool, you survived.
I'd just like to say, you rolled a 2, so
Which is one more than you, Kipper boy.
it might be, yes.
So you see Alexander examine the letter and has no idea it's been opened.
Good.
On a chuff into. Is there anything else, young goblin?
What, do you want a return letter?
Are you going back that way?
I don't know. I think we're going north to a forest, but we might be going south at some point.
I will write a letter, and if you are available, then I will take you up on your offer. But
Awesome.
right now, there's no need.
Where do I find you then, in case we come back to the city and you want to send a return letter?
At the Foolish Harper. It is
Oh,
a
that's a
trinket
place.
shop, yes.
Oh! What kind of trinkets?
Small baubles and knickknacks that one would wear on a chain or a bracelet. Or an anklet if the mood takes you.
Is it close?
Maybe 25 minutes walk from here, and he just gives you a rough, passing a few buildings in the market area that you're in. It's towards the richer side of this particular district of markets.
Okay. Are you busy now, or is someone else running the trinket shop?
The trinket shop is staffed. I am not busy immediately. Are you requiring further services?
Well, no, I thought I might go check out your trinket shop and maybe buy an anklet.
You are more than welcome. And he just sets off walking, assuming you're following.
Bye, Fence!
Fence nods and kind of just stares at the back of Alexander and then disappears inside his shop. So you go to Alexander's shop, Foolish Harper?
Yeah, I want to see what anklets are like.
Jesus. So you, they look exactly like Jesus.
This is what happens when I roll a 1.
As he said, about 20-25 minutes passes, and you can notice that the clientele, the closer you get to this store, has improved, or at least the amount of coinage the people around you have has vastly improved. It's not necessarily like top end, but considering you just come out of a guy's shop called Fence, who's a pawnbroker, then you know. And the Foolish Harper before you is stuck amongst several other buildings, and there is a jester-like silhouette with a harp as the wooden carving above the shop door. And you can see that the big bay window beyond it is lots of... Becky, what do you call the bracelet that you buy all the little charms for? A charm bracelet.
Man, she has got your number.
Just have my pants down live on the internet. Not in a good way. The brand. Pandora, there you go. It's the last time you're getting one of them.
You never said brand.
Nah, divorce.
But they didn't
I mean,
make
we
it
saw
to
Harry
even
Potter
9
ones.
years.
Kids aren't even yours, love. I had an affair. Don't know how that works, but... Right. You see many, many charms that you would attach to a Pandora-type charm bracelet. Or necklace and such. And there are lots of, the mannequin hands and busts of heads where the necklace pieces are on. And that very weird, there's no head, just a neck. And then there's a couple of feet where you've got these nice anklet chains.
So can I get one of these then? And I'll point at the Pandora bracelety thing, anklet thing.
Are you wanting for wrist or for ankle?
I don't know. No one's ever really asked me. I guess my ankle, because that way it's kind of hidden and no one can steal it.
Also a requirement for it to be more robust.
If you say so. I mean, I use my hands quite frequently. I'm not sure how often I use my legs.
So, and he takes you through the door, as you're pointing in at the window. You go through the door. There is a very sweet smell of cherries and vanilla. It keeps switching in the air, and you see 2 tall elves. They just seem to be very distracted with what they're doing, and they are leaning over a small jeweler's table, and they're very close to the gems that they're working with on the table. They are in generic clothing of a grey and blue. Their hair is tied back and out of the way. Both of them are like a conker brown haired, well, they're conker brown coloured hair, and they're just ignoring you two. Both of them have, the little telescopic monocle on as they're getting on with their jeweler's work. He takes you to a particular table where there's lots of these feet with these ankle chains on, and then opens up a couple of cases where there are other chains, and 2 or 3 of the cases hold small charms in different animal forms, constellations. Some are just, leaves, just general anything of the world in this very small form. Does anything in particular take your eye?
I like gold.
He points over to the gold chains.
I guess. How do you make the little thingies that attach to them?
My friends here, they are quite skilled jewel crafters, and with my talent of the arcane, it is a fine partnership, and we are able to create small magical gemstones. It is not complicated for those that know.
Oh, okay. I guess I'd like a gold chain for my ankle, although you can probably keep the foot thing, because I really don't need that.
Alexander smiles.
And then, I don't know. I mean, how many baubles do people usually dangle off of them?
Well, we imagine they are a quiver for your charms. So depending on the anklet you purchase, or chain of such, it will allow you to add 1, maybe 2, or even 5 of our particular charms. But obviously the more charms you wish upon a chain or an anklet, it is more expensive.
Oh, okay.
So it is entirely up to yourself.
And can you style them to look like people?
I can indeed, or at least my companions can.
Oh, okay. I'd like one that looks like me, that looks like my friend Tive, one that looks like Sinis. She's usually telling me off. She's a very grumpy lizard. And one that looks like Sir Gawain, who usually has his hand like this whenever I'm talking.
Other than yourself, I would probably need a image or them to visit the store. But I'm sure we can fashion the charms in their likeness. So
awesome.
You wish a gold anklet that will hold 4 charms?
Well, there is this new guy that's kind of like a giant pain in the rock. He's like massive, like 20 foot tall, and he's like a stone bloke. I guess you could probably add him on.
Really? Wow, that's impressive.
Yeah. He kicked the crap out of some hoity-toity, knighty people at some place. Gawain's in charge of him or something. It's like an apprenticeship scheme.
Noted. So will they be coming along, or?
I could probably ask them to come. It's not like they're doing anything else. They're about to go to some forest and do something with a pond.
Interesting. Okay,
I don't find it interesting, and I hope there's money in it.
Depends if it is a wishing well.
Oh, there might be gold at the bottom of it. I will have to swim down and find out.
You do that. Right, well, I'll start preparing the molds and the casts, and then...
how much are we talking?
You want one with 5 charms?
Yeah. I presume I can add more later, right?
Ah, well, you'd need another chain fashioning, but yes.
Oh, okay, that's not so bad.
For one to hold 5 charms, it would be 2,000 gold for the chain, and then 500 gold a charm.
Wow, okay, maybe I'll come back.
That is all quite all right.
So 2,000 for that, and then 500 per charm.
Correct.
And what do these things do?
What do you wish them to do? This one here, and he picks up a small amber, like lily flower, that seems to be carved out of like some sort of glass-like red stone. This one will allow you to cast, what do the wizards call it? Fireball?
Oh, the magic! Oh, that's pretty awesome. Oh, I wonder if I could get the charms to, like, teleport that person to me. That'd be really useful.
Teleport what person?
The person of the charm on the bracelet. Just in case they ever get lost. I mean, they have this wild tendency to just wander off and touch things without me.
That is not something we have done before, but that has peaked. And he pulls from his robes a bit of parchment. It's about this big, real small, and a quill that just seems to come out of his sleeve with a long black feather on it, and just starts making notes on this small piece of parchment.
Hey, what are you making notes on?
I'm very interested in seeing if I can achieve what you've just suggested.
Oh, like a challenge?
Yes, as if one has been accepted.
Oh, okay. So does that mean that because it's a challenge, you'll do it for the half price?
If I succeed, I will do it for the cost of materials, which I am unaware of what will be needed at the moment.
All right, then. Sounds like you got a plan.
And Alexander reaches down and shakes your hand.
Awesome. I will see you later.
Travel safe.
If I survive the wishing well of that weird doominess and druids.
Yes,
I don't know.
good luck on your deep dive.
I will. Bye. It was nice to meet you. I'll shout at the elves.
Two hands just come up in casual wave. And you leave the foolish Harper. Are you heading back to that lot?
I am. 2.5 grand. I'm going to have to steal a lot of coin.
What is that lot doing? This morning you're brecking up.
I'm going to go check in with my own nightly order and just see.
Not that we gave you a lot of shit last week or anything.
Well, I didn't. The problem was that everything else was pointing. Even when I made sort of like the general, where would I get this from checks kind of thing, nothing ever pointed to the Ivy Night guys. So I was like, okay, cool. Well, I'll go check them first, and then I'm literally just going to go and stamp in at the front desk, punch my card, and then leave.
Clock in, clock out. I like it. It's on overtime here.
Just let them know that I'm still alive. Successfully got Squire. Blah blah blah. Update some admin files. Maybe answer my email inbox.
Wow.
It's an admin day.
Maybe a spot of lunch.
Cool. So as a head across, I have not got my city map open. As you head across to your chapter house, as it were, are you going alone? Are you taking Gideon with you?
Yeah, I'll take Gideon with, unless Sinis is not letting him go, or if Sinis wants to come with too. I'm happy for.
Do you not need to pick up your weird loincloth?
I do, but that was kind of like a shopping trip given, so I didn't think it was too much of a problem. You mean livery, AD? Livery.
Yeah, you call it what you want and give in. So you...
Gideon can go where he wants. I'm easy.
I'll follow. So, you head off to your nightly order house. As you approach, you see stood on the door, just stood there with a very large great sword without the point on it. It's sort of a very elongated rectangle blade. And you see the very familiar Vlad. He was your mentor for a short time. He has always refused to rise in the ranks of the Knightly Order and has always remained at... Let me just... Get out my law, Doc!
Aren't you glad I'm not going now?
Yeah, I'd like to do a bad at law, you mother.
It's fine. I've got society so far up the wazoo that no doubt if it needs me to make a law check, it'll probably
Trust me, it doesn't help when you roll a 1.
That's true. That's very true.
So Vlad has never allowed himself to be promoted further than Ultrisk, which is those that are given a squad unit, etc., and are very in the thick of it when needed. If you've seen Starship Troopers, it's him. The enemy cannot push the button if you hit him with a massive greatsword. So, Vlad is stood there. He is completely bald, and he has a strip of black beard hair that comes down, and it hangs all the way down to the middle of his chest, and it is got lots of little bands that tie it in segments down, and he's a very... He could not be more stereotypical veteran of some sort of martial order if he tried. The scars upon his face have long healed but are very obvious. There are clawed scars across the back of his bald head, again very obvious but very old. He wears, even now, he still wears his heavy plate with chain, and he is the proudest Ivy Knight in a couple of blocks radius. And was once your mentor and trained you in the ways of martial art.
Hello, Ultras. Good to see you all well.
Always, Gawain.
Been any news of late?
Some, but first, who is that?
Oh, this is my squire.
Squire?
Yes.
Gideon takes a knee because he used the term Ultrisk. Hello, Ultrisk. You're still taller than me, lad. Stand. Gideon stands.
Yeah, it takes a bit of getting used to. It's not what I expected. Any tips would be appreciated, but I understand you are a busy man.
Give him a big sword.
I feel I have no need to, but I could give him one for show. It might put others at ease.
Are you going in?
Yeah. Just saying hello, really. And
Crack on, and he just stares past you out into the street again.
carry on. Past him.
So, as you go past him, very thick stone door that is pushed and slid open. The other Knightly Order houses that you were at before, they are very modern, is probably the wrong word, but they have wooden doors that open, push, pull. But this is a slab of stone that you push open and slides off to one side. On the front of it is just wreaths and wreaths of ivy that have become one with the stone. It's kind of a weird print of ivy on the stone. And as you push it open, you feel the presence of your deity just all around you. And as you walk in, your champion aura beams, and you are in a very familiar place that you have probably called home more than once. There are rows and rows of weapon racks, but singular, where those that have actually reached knighthood have their own specific... The Ivy Knight is one of the smallest followed amongst the knights, because, well, basically he's very, very lawful and will bend for no one. So it doesn't matter if you are king, queen, or godlike entity. If you are judged, you are judged. So it doesn't really attract as many folk as, say, the Blood Dragon, who are all about wannabe Leonidases.
Yeah.
So, which is a canon technical term. So you see your particular plinth where you would rest your weaponry and armour and such, and carved in the stone in Orcish is Sir Gawain and your current rank, which you know to be the knightly one, which for those at home is a Reister. You are current...
I will...
Yep.
Sorry, I'll just... I'll place my sword... I'll place down my shield as well, actually. I'm not going to take my armor off. It's fresh enough in the day. I have to worry about that.
There are smaller, like almost footstool plinths behind yours that reach back, which you are fully aware are there for squires, and they will take their little place and they'll get their own little stone, and then yours will be moved if you get promoted, and theirs will be brought forward, etc., etc. So lots of stone pegs all around this room.
I'll point out to Gideon the functionality of the squire peg, if you like, and say this is yours. If you require to leave anything that you don't need while walking these halls, this is where you would leave it. No one else will touch it.
He walks over to the one behind yours, and he puts one of the 6 stone wyvern eggs, and he puts one of them on the stone plinth, and says, "I leave here."
Excellent. Let's go and talk to one of the traitee.
Yeah. Just got to bring up your stuff now. All the Russian names.
Yeah, I'll check in. I won't presume to need to have to or want to go to the head of the order. I'm not arrogant enough to just storm up to the void and go, "Hey, I'm back. You missed me." You know.
Yeah.
I'll check in with an appropriate person.
So you immediately find your way to Treaty Demir as office, Damir, or abode within the building. There is no door. It is open house, as it were, and they are sat behind a very large stone desk. There's very little wood in this place, and it all almost looks like a cavernous grove type feel to it as you're walking. You feel, or those that are not used to it would feel as though they have walked into a very large cavern, and everything is made of stone: the chairs, the tables, the furniture, etc. Demir is a not striking female half-orc. Like, there is nothing about her that goes bam and you notice her, but she is really efficient when it comes to training, educating those, mentoring. She has a great way of dealing with the squires and bringing them through to become as yourself. She spends a lot more time with the squires than her rank would normally in a lot of the other orders, but she's very involved. Her hair is very, 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 very silver, which in certain lights people would assume she's quite old because of this. It is just pure silver, but she's actually quite a young orc and has gotten to Treaty quicker than most, but again, her efficiency shines like a beacon amongst your order. And she is currently doing some sort of administrative work with several bits of parchment and ink.
Good morning, Treaty.
Hello.
I wish to register my squire and just report in before heading out to do something which could potentially see me not return.
There is a brief moment of come again. How so, Sir Gawain? As she reaches for the ceremonial parchment and the jade ink to register your new squire.
Well, we'll start with the formalities. This is my squire here. Duck.
Gideon steps in. Hello.
Gideon, this is the Traitee Demir, who's effectively the person in command of me, for want of a better word, as you understand how we operate. This is the person that is also possibly oversee your training if I should ever not be able to.
If you die.
Anyway, that's Like I could be maimed.
Or die.
Yeah, that's something that's quite possible in my profession.
I will protect.
Is the way. So yes, this is Gideon. No last name?
No last name. So she goes about doing her can't find it. She goes about doing her administrative work, and you see her dip in the ink, and there are like very, very, very like dust particles coming off the parchment as she's writing Gideon's name on this piece of parchment. She all she does is write his name. She writes who you are, your rank, his current rank, and you are asked to sign it at the bottom. Yep, which I assume that you do.
Yeah, I'll do that.
Gideon is now a squire of the Ivy Knight, fully fledged. Who is his sponsor? Do you know?
That is a good question. Who was it? The guy?
It was anonymously sponsored.
Oh, was it? Yeah. No, sadly, it was an anonymous sponsorship. I was not even sure who or what was being requested of me until I arrived and saw him or met him. But he has proved himself knowledgeable, more importantly, and capable.
It is interesting that Gideon, was it? And she looks up, and Gideon's sort of nodding. Do you know who put you forward? I was just told to come here and seek Gawain to learn the ways of the Ivy Knight. Gawain,
Yeah.
find out who Anonymous is.
I will make a point of doing so.
Anything else?
Yes. So we've come across a what's the best word to use? Circle of druids at Emrys. And
Why do they always refer to themselves as circles? Carry on.
I presume it's just because they sit in circles around campfires or something. I don't know. But anyway, we found an item while on our way here in a cave under the ice. And it was a cursed falchion, glaive, a weapon, being wielded by a diabolic satyr, we think. It was something like that. So we left it with the druids because they wished to cleanse it, and the method they were planning on using to cleanse it was to insert it into a sacred pool of theirs, the usual sort of ritual and ceremony to attempt to remove the corruption, the taint from the item, and thus hopefully remove the influence of that particular being from this world.
Sounds
we are
like a
going
Tuesday.
yeah. We're going to head back there shortly via probable magical teleportation methodology, so quite quickly, to assist with that, guard that ritual, that ceremony. Me and my companions. As listed in 1.2.1b, you'll notice I logged for the Bard, Sinis, and 2 goblins, one of which I think I can now explain is Zek with a KAH. So if you need to edit and update that one. The other one is Tive, he's a sorcerer. Zek is a rogue. But anyway, so keep an eye on him if you get any reports of people's belongings they're missing, it's probably him. Although I'll try and rein him in as best I can. Yes. Just to inform you, that's what we'll be. So we'll be the Druids of Emrys. If you don't hear from me again, or Gideon comes back without me, that's probably just to corroborate his tale.
She simply raises one eyebrow.
And if you've got any supplies or suggestions, things you can could possibly borrow to aid in the fighting against devils, it might be nice to have.
Do you still have your sword?
Yes, I do.
Then your faith will protect you.
That's what I thought.
And your squire, it seems.
That's the plan.
I will protect. Yes, Gideon. Well, anything else? as she hovers over the rest of her parchment with her ink and quill.
No, that's pretty much it, really. I was just checking in. See, is there any news or any information you need to give to me?
That will depend on who Anonymous is.
I understand.
I will say, I will advise in just a moment. Those that follow Shadir, the Knights of the Kindred, they are being secretive. Not on a let's all hide in the shadows level, but more of a
it's gravy time.
There are things happening among them. Thank you very much for the subscription, Mr. Jimbos. 2 months. Thank you very much. And thank you for the follow, Crack Eddie. It's probably not my Eddie, but who knows? Oh, we've got a raid.
Hey.
From Crack Eddie.
Hello, Raiders.
Thank you very much, Raiders. You've completely broken my flow. Well done. But thank you very much for joining the channel. We're currently playing, if you didn't know, Pathfinder. Right, so, where do we get to? Oh, yeah.
Deep in the roleplay.
Knights of the Kindred.
Yeah.
They are being secretive, and it is more they are holding information rather than hiding anything, if that makes sense. If asked, they definitely are avoiding answering. So if you could look into the Knights of the Kindred, it could be nothing. All of our orders are entitled to perform their prayers how they so wish, and their methods. But it would be nice to know that there is nothing. I would just like to know more.
Okay. Find out what's going on with them, basically.
If you could. But high on my list, I truly wish to know who Anonymous is. As Gideon, you are quite the example of squire we are not used to. Sorry. So yes.
Hi, Gideon.
Yes.
Do you have any, well, your immediate family, your father, mother, etc.?
The mountains.
Did any of them? Who was it who told you to come find me as a squire?
Arnulf.
Arnulf?
Arnulf.
No, not how to spell it. So I meant Arnulf as in is sorry, Gideon. Who is Arnulf? Because I forget that the guy has a zero ability to express.
Arnulf is a mountain shepherd. He looks after the nursery where the mountains birthed.
That's a place to start. Thank you, Treaty. If anything else comes up that you need to know, even need me to know or need me to find out for you, just let me know through the usual channels. I'll try and check in relatively promptly after we have performed this ritual.
Don't die. Take care, Gideon. I protect. I know, Gideon. Now, shoo. And she goes back to her work. Yeah.
Alright, let's roll some dice.
What? Alright, tell me what you get.
Yeah.
What are you rolling dice for?
Law Heraldry 24 on any additional information or things I would know about the Knights of the Kindred that hasn't been revealed yet.
Knights of the Kindred. What do you get? 24. Give me a sec. Oh, the Google Docs.
Roll dice, give DM excuse to look up background.
Could just kill stuff, just saying.
Alright, go and do that in a sec. I'm quite eager to just speed along and do that.
So the Knights of the Kindred are what they're better known of throughout. No, that's the wrong one. Before I tell you that, the Knights of the Kindred were originally, from what you can remember, you didn't quite smash it. They were a smaller flavour of the Kindred of the Sanguine. Now, the Kindred of the Sanguine, you've heard of before. They are the biggest, most popular order in Valcow. Everyone wants to join the Knights of the Kindred of the Sanguine because their patron is the Blood Dragon, so the head of the Pyat. The Blood Dragon is the top of the pantheon. The Knights of the Kindred, they are a... Where are you? They are a smaller... They were once part of the Kindred of the Sanguine. They split off and they chose to follow Shadir instead.
Shadir
is the Amethyst Pyat, so the purple gemstone dragon. Who is... Here we go. The Shadir. So, you will know this just generically as you all do. So, Shadir, they are the dragon of magic. Like, their thing is magic. There are tales and histories, whether they be true or fabricated, that Shadir is responsible for magic existing in Savai. This has never been proven or disproven, but faith, yo. Shadir's edicts are become more powerful than your enemy, use every option available to you, and arcane over steel. Their anathema is allowing yourself to be beaten, not having a backup plan, and admitting defeat. They are very much, of the five, the one that will get it done no matter what. They kind of like winning. But the Knights of the Kindred were originally Kindred of the Sanguine, broke off to a smaller part, and now follow the Shadir.
Yeah.
But other than that, your 24 gets you no more.
Yeah, that's fine. Do they have a separate headquarters from the normal Blood Dragon followers?
So you get the larger orders that have their own headquarters, and these smaller orders that kind of tag on. There are larger complexes throughout the city that house a few smaller orders. So there'll be 2 or 3 orders sharing a very large complex. Some of the complexes are bigger than the bigger knightly orders HQs, but the actual area within them is smaller because they're given to a smaller order.
They do have presence in the town.
They do have presence in the capital city of Savai, yes.
Yeah. Okay.
He knows the way.
Cool. I will head back with Geddy. Well, we'll collect our things, head back to where the rest are, and that's us done.
Cool. Tevere and Sinis. Zek and Gawain left early doors. Have you two done anything, or have you sat nicely painting and creating gemstones of death for them to come back?
I will basically just make sure everything's packed and ready for when we go out on our death mission. Returning a glaive to a fountain. Great.
Have you pulled a card this morning?
I did for my woad. It was an inverted fool, which means I'm going to be likely to be a little bit more reckless today, which is hilarious.
Yay!
Boom. So I'm covered in little drawings of bells and curly feet and little jesters masks and shit. That's my woad today.
That is very cool.
I will basically just sit around with the knights and tell a couple of fortunes if they want me to.
Cool.
There's no point wandering off. There's nothing else I really want to do. I'll listen to stories, but that's me. I'm good.
Noted. Tevere?
And for me, if I think Gawain and Zek are going to be a few hours, I'm going to head back down to the smithy and sort of work a few hours on one of the tables till they come back.
Okay. Give me a crafting roll.
Oh, shit. I remember this. Roll 20. Like, where's my dice?
Click
Wait.
the button. Click the button.
Push the button.
Where's the button? Crafting. 18.
18. Take a note, your next crafting roll, add +2 to it. Or should I say you have a +2 to add to your next chosen crafting roll. So you spend a couple of hours down there. You are given a nod by the big orc himself, but he does not join you in your crafting. He just allows you to use one of the free tables. Sinis, you do exactly what you've just said. Gawain, Zek, you return after a couple of hours out and about to Sinis and Tavir. It is now late morning. 3 to 1. You're all in the same room.
We all good?
Yeah, I delivered it. Turns out the person I needed to deliver the letter to was the wizard. It's really easy to find.
Convenient. Did you get your 10 gold?
8.
Yeah, sure.
Was it 10?
I think that's what Beldak paid us in the first place.
Flipping wizard screwed me. Oh.
No, we got paid our 10 in the first place. That's how we paid for the horses.
Oh, yeah, that's true. I'm quids up. 8 gold. Oh,
there you go.
Better than what I thought I was a minute ago. That's fine.
Cracking.
Also, he runs a magical trinket shop.
Okay. Didn't
I
you stock
thought
up
you
on
might be
magic yesterday?
interested. You'd like to make magical things?
I do. However,
Yeah.
I'm sort of in the headspace that we've got to go and probably fight a demon, so I'm sort of getting myself
yeah,
worked
but
up
we'll
that we
kick
need to do
that
the
ass.
thing.
You don't worry about it. It'll be fine. We got Gawain. He's got like a super sword. We got Sinis, who's painted bells on herself. And we've got the giant rock mountain.
I mean, we did take care of that Hydra like it wasn't there, so I'm sure a demon won't be that bad.
Exactly. See? Positive outlooks in life. So yeah, I'll totally introduce you to Alexander.
Note to self,
the Hydra.
Tavir wants a bigger monster.
I think Sinis's was worse than mine. Just
I was gonna say, the rest of us would like popcorn to watch.
Is this Gideon versus the big monster, or
I think it's just Tive at this point.
It might be Gideon is the big monster.
I don't think I've got it against him.
Just shifty looking.
You leave my sweet boy out of this.
All right, bells and whistles.
So, should we go transport back to the forest? Because I really want to see that spear on that fountain.
Okay, yeah, sure.
I hold
Kick
up the acorn and go. I actually have no idea if we have to do anything special for this, guys. So
Booty call that acorn.
Oh yeah, whisper those nuts.
See, look, I told. Oh no, you weren't there. I said to Alexander that Gawain usually does this whenever I talk.
So you
rub it.
you rub it and you feel that connection again to nuts.
He's rubbing his nuts.
Are you just doing this in the mess hall where you're all eating, yeah?
Yeah.
Cool.
Subtlety,
Cool.
I like
We're just gonna
crispy
pop.
bacon.
Yeah, because how do you lay the foundation for people to tell stories about you? Do things they don't expect.
Do things in public.
Yeah. No
So-
one knows about it if you do it in a dark
I was
alley.
gonna say, you can just ask. You're sat next to a bard who will do this service.
I was literally talking to you. Like, how do I do this? Like,
So you've opened your connection to nuts. You feel
oh,
her
hey,
presence.
that's what I meant to do. How do I transport back to you?
Oh, just hello.
Shake.
Good morning.
Morning.
How are you? You sleep well? Go back to the.
Yeah, you.
Yes, it was a little bit cold, but if you go back to the glade where you first came into the city, we can reopen the way through the trees, and you can return. And there is a moment of joy in her voice. That Gawain ain't got a fucking clue. Right, give me a roll. Give me.
I'm just gonna say this. It's like.
Give me a perception roll.
I don't think we can hear her.
We can't.
You can't hear her. You can
Which is
only
why I
hear
put it to
Gawain.
the chat.
You can only hear Gawain.
That's what chat's for.
What was your perception roll, Gawain?
Oh, mine perception roll.
Yeah.
15.
15. Yeah, you don't know if she's any happier or not happier talking to you.
It's really weird with this telepathic contact thing. Like, some people are really bubbly, some people are kind of deadpan and monotone. I don't know. I've only really done it once.
She's getting that.
Oh shit! Is this still on?
Just off to Tyler. Gawain! So yeah, just when do you need it preparing for? Are you going there now or?
I look at everybody. So are we going now?
They said they were doing it
let's
today,
murderize a statue. But apparently,
We're going now. Apparently, we need to go back to the grove where we arrived in, and then it works there. Like we walk into a tree or something. Is that right?
Oh no, not trees.
Yes, just arrive in the grove, inform one of the druids there, and they will contact us, and we will open the way again.
Okay.
Will Gideon fit?
Who is
how big is the portal?
big enough for a medium-sized person, entity?
Make it bigger.
Well, I have warm hands. How much bigger? How big's the person you're bringing?
9'8", 550 pounds. Wet?
I'm carrying some holiday weight, but yes. Yeah, that should be easy enough. It's magic after all.
Yeah. like that makes all the sense in the world to me. It's like, yeah, that's for everything. That one. I got you some sweets.
Oh. I did forget about the sweets, I'll be honest. Oh, thank you. I look forward to eating them.
Cool.
See you soon.
See you in a bit.
That's too surprising.
Right, so the connection goes.
Oh yeah, so we need to go back to the grove.
All right.
You okay there, Gawain? You're blushing a bit, buddy.
No, I'm cool. I got this. I think.
No, he's usually that colour, isn't he?
It's a bit pink
Grey.
than usual.
Yeah. Cool. Let me go. Good.
I'm gonna let the kids run off towards the grove slightly, and I'm gonna just gently lean into Gawain and be like, "If you need help with any poetry, I'm there for you." And I'm just gonna walk off.
Sinis, why do I need poetry?
Do you like this woman, Gawain?
I've only known her for 2 days.
You want to hold her?
Then you
no.
gatta. Child little tenderness. Oh.
It's like I'm literally I'm gonna make sure the kids have wandered off, and I'm going to be like, due to the fact you appear to potentially have maybe missed some hints, I believe she may like you in a romantic fashion, and have designs in that way. I'm assuming you've picked that up.
It crossed my mind. I mean, I'm not like, yeah.
Okay.
We were kind of like a fly-by-night, so I just thought maybe it was just something, the fact that we kind of knew, if you know what I mean, like, it's not someone she sees every day.
She gave you a magic acorn so you could talk to her every day.
Which I guess, yeah, sure, yeah.
That's pretty intense.
I mean, yeah. Okay, cool. I'm not done sure what the poetry comes in.
Some people enjoy fancy words and find that assists in communicating how they feel. If that's not for you, I understand completely.
I mean, maybe, yeah, okay, I'll take that. I'll bear that in mind. I'll if I feel that way, or don't know if I feel that way, I'll yeah, sure.
If you do feel that way, do not, under any circumstances, listen to anything that Zek offers, or anything that Tevay offers that starts with the phrase, "Roses are red."
I've got a knife getting a transport circle.
Hey, you know what's
This is why we
green?
bring
Goblins.
Well, this is why I invited you along, Sinis. Always good to have someone who knows the ways of the world.
Yeah. Yeah. And I'm just kind of gently nod and wander off.
Cool.
Hey,
So,
Tevay, do you ever feel like something weird and mysterious has happened in the world. Like some kind of dense weight has suddenly gained sentience.
I mean, I'm literally I have magic in my literal blood. There's a lot of weird shit that gains sentience without me really paying attention.
There is a lot of weird shit in this world.
It's called Morning Wood.
Oh, is it, Gideon? Oh, that's interesting. How do you get it? Because you're like made of
I
stone.
was going to say, for you, is it morning granite?
Yeah.
I suppose so, yes.
Nice.
That's awesome. We need to stay clear of him in the morning.
It's all right. If he turns left, we're too short.
Aha! That's true. He'll just hit Gawain in the face. Like, dong.
With my great club.
Well, yeah, probably if you can fit two hands around it.
Definitely your hands, little Zek.
Oh, that's okay then. But my hands are going nowhere near your gravel.
Wait, was that an invitation?
Just a warning. You arrive at the glade. Me and James will carry on our call on our OnlyFans site that you can catch after this show. You arrive at the Circle of Emeralds glade within the city of Valcow. It is just as wonderful and enchanted as it was when you arrived. There are several of the druids tending just the greenery in there, doing a very standard gardener's type role, looking after the glade itself. You walk into the glade, you get the attention of a couple of the orcs. One of the older orcs walks over. Good morning. Can we help you?
Come to see Otto and Nuts. We're here to assist with returning a glaive to a pond. Fountain. Apologies.
Yes. Just a moment. And he walks over to the tree and he puts his palm of his hand on the tree, closes his eyes, and there is a cracking of wood as the bark peels back. And before you, you can see the forest of Emrys. Jesus Christ. Let's reword that description next time. You see very much what looks like Stu's face, but green. And you see the forest of Emrys before you.
Sinis? This fountain, is it like a wishing well?
Yeah, mate, why not?
Does that mean there's coin at the bottom of it?
Can you breathe underwater?
I don't know.
Yeah, mate, why not?
Awesome! I'm gonna go loot some coin.
Backup characters at the ready. So, you all enter the magical tree portal. It doesn't seem to get any bigger or smaller as Gideon approaches, but the magic of it encompasses him, and you were all teleported to the Circle of Emeralds within the Forest of Emrys. Before you is Nuts, the young orc that is immediately beaming at the sight of Gawain. There is Otto, the elder orc druid that you met before and gave you hospitality, and you all had a very lovely time before aiding you in getting to Valcow. And beside him, floating next to him, wrapped in leaves, but more not tightly wrapped, loosely wrapped, there is the Hellfire Glaive that you handed him before leaving. And it is currently bobbing alongside of him, wrapped in this beautiful, it appears to be beautiful, flowers and greenery from the forest itself just seem to encompass it. But you can see between the gaps the Hellfire Blade. It's 25 past, so you've got 6 minutes to waste before we break. So,
Hey!
Cool,
Look,
I've got the
he's
javelin
got wood!
on your arrival, immediately, Nuts sort of like steps forward a couple of steps and then rights herself and just gives a nod as you all arrive. Otto gives a long nod. Welcome back to the forest. I hope you were all well.
Sorry, thank you.
Yeah, it's fantastic. We're in a city. It's like home. But not.
Believe we're fine, yes. This is my squire, Gideon.
As you say, Gideon, the portal closes behind you. The hustle and bustle of the city dims to nothingness, and you are now embraced with the life that is amongst the treetops and on the ground beneath you. And you see the neon blue small creatures running around in and about this place, in and about places. You notice straight away, Zek, you more so than the others, that your good friend Talwyn is out your backpack, down your arm, and off into the woods.
Hey, are you finished? Are you coming back?
You got no idea.
Maybe catch you later.
A light rain starts to fall, the pitter-patter on the leaves about you, and Otto gestures further into the abodes of the druids to maybe share news and food and drink and discuss the manner of the putting back the glaive into the magical fountain of the Emerald Circle. You all sit round the fire. It's late morning, so 10:30, maybe 11 o'clock latest. The fire there, as in everywhere, as you all know, is customary throughout survives to share a fire, to share the campfire. Everyone sits round it. There are there are the druids talking amongst themselves. There's an element of nerves in the air. When you were last here, it was incredibly serene. Since the glaive has been present and handed to them, you can see there is a tenseness to the druids about you. Except Nuts, who seems to be loving life. Who approaches Gavin, sits next to you, and just goes, "So, sweets?"
Shuck off my pack. Well, I got you a present. There you go.
3 minutes to kill.
3 minutes to go. I can do it in 3 minutes. We do it twice, motherfucker.
Poor Vex.
There is a.
I was thinking poor stew.
She takes the sweets. No, did you not get the donuts? Was it donuts?
I got a dumplings.
Dumplings. I know it began with.
Sorry.
No, it began with a D. All right, dumplings. Yeah. She looks at the dumplings and she just starts eating them, but she eats them really delicately, like little baby bites. Just these are nice. Give me a perception roll.
You've given her poison.
Giving her nuts and honey is not exactly that much poison.
She is faking
Have
her
an anaphylactic
enjoyment
shock.
of the dumplings.
I mean, if so I got a 25 on perception.
Yeah, no, that's why you know she's faking her enjoyment of the dumplings.
Like,
Keep
no,
keep note of that face.
I mean, I just sort of, look, if you don't like them, it's fine. You don't have to eat them.
No, they're lovely. They're very nice. They're very sweet.
Yeah. Maybe only one at a time.
She looks at the one in her hand. Okay.
Maybe a drink as well. I like rummage around and get like my water skin out.
Is this just got water in it?
Yeah.
Yeah. Cool. She.
It's like watching two carts crashing into each other today.
And she will sit eating her dumplings with Gavin. Otto sits at an angle where he can speak to Sinis. There is. Let me turn that down a bit because that's quite loud for me, so probably very loud for the chat. There is a song being played not far from the campfire. By song, it's more music. There's no words, just music, sorry. On some sort of pipes. To the rest of you, it's kind of like, oh yeah, it's just music. But Sinis, you recognise there is a sorrow to the music that's been played, as if there is a loss happened. It's just coincidence that it's Gavin. But
There's
yes.
something dying over there, I'll tell you that.
Dennis, I need you to draw a card for this. Just point, not so subtly at Gavain.
I can do a reading for you, but Sinis doesn't draw cards. Harry draws
Do a
cards.
reading, sorry.
So you hear the
Right, so-
you hear the
Yes,
pipes or the pipes, and they are playing some sort of music, reminding you of loss and sorrow. Otto still has the glaive next to him floating. I just asked you what the plans are. And before you answer, we'll have a break. Right, so it's 9:30.
Ready.
It's 9:30. Thank you very much for the raid. Thank you very much for watching. If you've just joined us, thank you very much. We don't know how Cilla Black became an NPC in this, but we're blind dating it all the way through. So thank you very much. Come and join us after the break. During the break, you will see lots of little images. Oh, I might have changed it. You'll see someone that says, we're having a break, enjoy yourselves, and we'll be right back. We should be 10-15 minutes tops where we get a brew, go to Lou, and let this lot's faces breathe. So yes. So stick
I don't know
around.
what you're talking about.
Stick around, kids. That's actually James's face. So
Yeah.
see you in a bit.
See you in a bit.
Hello, people of the Tinters. Right, welcome back. This is part 2 of session 9 of the Call of Stone campaign, our Pathfinder 2nd edition. Welcome to the Heavyweight Gaming channel. We play lots of tabletop. If you don't know that, now you do. Go check us out on social media and everywhere else. Just type in Heavyweight Gaming. You should be able to find us on everything, except OnlyFans, but we're working on it. So, just before the break, this lot were in the city of Valcow, the capital city in Sawdustandswearwords, and they have done a few errands, checked in with a few folk that they wish to speak to, piqued the interest of arcane crafters, set challenges, etc. And they have now returned to the Forest of Emrys, in particular the druids of the Circle of Emeralds, where they are going to aid them, guard them, be part of the returning of a Hellfire Glaive to a sacred magical fountain that the Circle of Emeralds have lived around for as long as any of them can remember. Their theory is that the vision that Sinis saw of one of the Satire and Glaives and Hellfire and Fountain all are one, and this will return it to a peaceful place and a magical powerhouse that it once was. And they're all sat around the fire currently. Gawain is eating dumplings with another. And
With his nuts.
Sinis had just been asked before the break of her thoughts on the coming encounter with the fountain.
If things are going to go wrong, it is likely to go wrong in a Hellfire and Fiend kind of way. So if you have people that can cast spells of a more divine or holy nature, that would probably be advisable on standby. Fire was a feature, so even though this forest is probably more hardy against normal fire, Hellfire may still cause it a lot of damage. So I'd recommend getting water ready and getting people at a minimum safe distance, which is quite large. If there is any water supply that comes from the fountain, it may be worth temporarily blocking that off from anywhere else in case it corrupts it. While we're doing it, the last thing we want is for it to be corrupted while, for example, a demon is live, and that water trickling away down and corrupting things further down the stream. So if we need to block off anything else, that would be advisable. And other than that, we're going to put the glaive in the stream and see what happens.
You've done this before?
I mean, it's similar to things.
Okay. Noted. And he will go about passing your advice around the rest of the druids in the circle.
I will ask, I'll just ask, has somebody passed who is the sorrow for?
There was a beast within the forest that is one of rebirth, and it is their time that they have passed on. It unfortunately, normally they pass without us being present, but a couple of our younger druids stumbled across the creature and were there for its passing, and we are merely simply playing it a song of farewell.
This is fair. It is a good song.
Thank you. Right. Yes, Tavir, was it?
If it's a beast of rebirth, is it gone? As in, does it stay dead?
This interpretation of it will no longer be around, but it will be reborn in a different flavour of the forest.
Okay.
But it is always respectful to celebrate. So, it is only midday, I would rather do this during the hours of light, as I do not wish to face anything of the hellfire nature during the darkness, for no other reason than superstition. No reason to believe it is more powerful. Yes, just my old bones don't like it. Do we require any further rest or days of preparation, or we have simply been awaiting for your return, and it was a couple of days earlier than we first anticipated? But we are at your disposal.
It's your ritual. We just wanted to be present when it happened so we could help. And so I could see the ritual.
But I mean, if we are helping, there will be a monetary recompense, right?
There'll be a recompense.
Otto looks at the surroundings, looks at his other druidic friends in their really not gold-orientated attire. We can arrange reward if it is needed.
Let's say yes.
Okay. Are we ready now, or?
Hold on. Gideon, are you ready?
Gideon stands up from. He's just been sat on the floor near Gawain, who he's just sat absolutely silent, and Nuts has completely ignored him, lost in the wonderful eyes of Gawain and her dumpling. Gawain may be her dumpling. Oh, it's so sweet. And
yeah, but she doesn't like sweet things. We already determined that before the break.
Yeah, fair. Nah, sorry, Gawain, it's not going to work out. So, Gideon...
That's something salty you should get out.
Gideon stands up at, are you ready, Gideon? I will protect.
Okay, the mountain of stone is ready. Let's make the fountain weep? I don't know. What are we doing, Sinis?
We are returning a glaive to the fountain and seeing what occurs. It may be that the glaive goes into the fountain, birds sing, the trees part to let new sunlight come in, everything's pure, and the world continues to spin.
I'm just going to shake my head.
I
It may
really
be.
hope so.
I would like that also.
Well, boring.
But I have a much more. I think that's highly unlikely, and yeah, we're probably going to have to face off against a large demonic satyr that may or may not have a large hellfire glaive and come with friends.
What was that twitch of fate in your eyes there, Sinis?
I don't know. Stop metagaming today.
Looking off the side.
She got your number, Tivay. Let's do this. Let's throw a stick in a pond and watch as it floats.
If you want to know what the card I drew was, it was the Hermit, and it's basically soul searching and kind of inner guidance. So all that rubbish that I just spewed, I 100% believe.
Oh, all right. Noted.
Let's go play poo sticks.
The surrounding, the fire is dulled but not put out. It's quite a large bonfire, but it's dulled to just embers. The druids all take up, and you see them as they are walking, that the ground itself starts to reach up and in a strange fashion of protecting vital areas, more so for Gawain's keen eye. You can see that they're actually armouring themselves with the forest around them.
That reminds me, I'll turn around to Nuts and say, better put on some protection.
I hate my life so much.
Pathfinder, this said.
I might just stream like patience or something.
Look, he's got a stiff helmet.
No, right. Everybody get your dick jokes out now. You've got 2 minutes. Go.
You can't say get your dicks out.
He's got a shiny bell end.
Cool. You got like another minute 30. Go, go, go.
So,
then we're moving on.
Come on,
is he happy or is he conical?
Zek dies, and hopefully James gets muted. So,
Happy times. Dave, you're in. I'm off.
Got shit to do. You all stand and you start following the druids towards wherever they're leading.
I assume a fountain.
Let's hope so. And Nuts kind of smiles at Gawain's armour. And she too, as she's following, you can see that the forest itself begins to come up and wrap around the vital areas. And now you see all the druids before you look like they are in leaf and bark and earthy armour. And
What you're saying is really flammable armor.
yeah, but it's magic, so no.
Oh yeah, of course.
Magic ain't flammable, otherwise one fireball world's fucked. So, Otto leads the way, and the glaive is floating beside him. It takes about half an hour to walk from where they are all, where their abodes are, to an area that is enormous. As you approach it, you can see just above the treetops, fading into the daylight sky, or daytime sky, sorry, a beam of starlight coming up from the greenery in front of you, somewhere in the forestry, up into the sky to fade away. You imagine that if it was indeed nighttime, that beam would be seen going ever high to the stars and probably be seen for miles around. As you start approaching, the trees get thinner. They're less clustered together, and you can see in front of you, it wasn't what you expected, I don't believe, at first, but there is indeed a fountain. This fountain has 12 pillars of stone all around it, very akin to a clock face. That's no relevance, just for description. No, it's at 3 o'clock! These 12 stone pillars are circular, they reach up, there is no roof to these, they are just extending 12 pillars. The fountain itself, the base of the water, is 90 foot, is this fountain, in diameter. Radius, diameter. 45 foot radius would be 90, yeah, it's 90 foot across. The central part has got a 30 foot cylindrical step that just breaches the water's surface. There is no flamboyant statues or anything like this. It is a very simple design, but immediately as you approach it, Sinis, there is a ancient, beyond any historian's memory of the stonework. There's just something about it that resonates old with you. The surrounding area, there is water that runs from somewhere within the forest. You can't see a origin of small lakes or anything, but the outskirts of the fountain itself actually have water that run down towards it. So as you approach, you can assume that there is a dip in the lay of the land where this 90-foot fountain is set. The 12 pillars, they are about 40 feet high as you are approaching. It is, as you've heard in all the stories around the fires, there are woodland creatures bouncing around all around it, disappearing into the forest. There is an abundance of the glowing blue small creatures running up and down the trees, running across the outside of the water. There are some of them that are in the water and coming out of the water. But there is there's something off-tilt about it, mainly for Sinis's, as you peruse the area. There's just something off about, you can't quite figure out what it is. All the druids approach cautiously. They don't really slow down, but there's definitely an element. They tighten their hands on their quarterstaffs. Some of them have spears. And they all seem to have this is kind of nerve-wracking. Nuts actually grabs your hand, Gawain, just on reflex. Do with that as you will. Otto brings the floating glaive. Well, unless you're walking like this, as all good paladins do.
I was going to say, I got a tower shield in one hand and a sword in the other, so...
Probably a little bit more relaxed. Alright, shield your wrist, you fucking
Yeah.
And Otto brings the glaive to the edge of the fountain. There is, again, the water where you first approach, where you can now see you're upon the fountain itself. 90 foot is massive. You look across it. There is a... Sinis and Gawain, give me perception checks. You won't be able to see it, Tavain Zek. You are vertically challenged.
Heightist.
So, is it because we're short?
Yep.
I don't know what I rolled.
21 for Sinis.
And
So
And you got
less so for you, Gavin. Sinis, the
Which the messenger screens.
the shape or the pattern and symbology that is on the 30-foot circular bit that's just raised out the surface of the water is a 5-pointed star, and in between the gaps of the 5-pointed star, you know, with where it's can't remember the name, like a pentagram 5-pointed star thing. In the gaps, you see large druidic glyphs that you have no idea what they mean, but you know they are druidic in nature just from your time spent being the super bard that you are.
I was going to say, this may or may not be relevant, Adi, but one of my lizard backgrounds is marsh runner. So I have a swim speed, and I can move through marshy terrain when I use the step action, and can ignore difficult terrain caused by flooding and swamps and things like that.
Cool.
Just in case it becomes relevant, because I will probably forget.
How did you die? I forgot I was a lizard.
I forgot I had water breathing and just decided to drown.
Yeah,
I think I can hold my.
as I could.
I think I can hold my breath for like an hour as well.
Oh, okay, yes, seal. So yeah, you are at the edge of this enormous fountain. The star in the middle, you can just see at the 5 points, little plumes of water just pushing out and then hitting the surface, pushing out, hitting the surface. Otto takes a deep breath. Is everybody ready? And he looks around the place, and the druids start circling around. So now the druids are on the outskirts, and they all encompass this 90-foot fountain. Where do you lot stand? Now let's assume it's a clock face. Where would you stand on a clock face?
Next to Gideon.
no. I'm going to suggest to Gideon that he takes 6 o'clock. I'll take 12 o'clock. That way we're covering both sides.
Right, that's like.
That's like 90 foot away from you.
Yeah.
If it's all going to go P-Tong, surely we all want to be grouped together.
Well, if it goes Pete Tong on one of us, sure. If it goes Pete Tong where we're not, we're going to have to move regardless. So
Yeah, but that's fine. I've got a bow. If it's over there, it's miles away.
So Gideon takes defensive position at 6 o'clock of the circle. And
Adi,
go on.
where did I see the satyr go in and come out of the water in my vision?
You saw them come out of the water at 3 o'clock, and they came from the central area as if like rising out to sea. They came out of the water. But they came out at 3.
I'm going to vocalise that. I'm going to like, in my vision, when they went in and came out of the water, they came out at 3.
Okay.
Do with that what you will. They may not do it twice. That was what happened the last time.
It's the logical point.
But they came out from the centre, so they could come out anywhere.
So they can
Yeah, they could effectively come from anywhere. So, but that's what happened last time. I will probably go. I'll go near. I'll probably go about 10 o'clock. So I'm relatively near Gawain, but slightly further away in case he needs healing and backup. But we're far enough away so that if someone, for example, casts a fireball, we make life slightly more difficult for them. Because clumping is bad.
Yep.
So yeah, I'll stand at 10.
Cool, you're at 10. Zek, you're standing with Gideon.
Yeah. I'm going to stand next to the mountain of stone.
Tavir, where are you?
I'm gonna follow the magic words and go stand near the pillar at 3 o'clock.
Of course you are.
Cool. Before you've all moved, Nuts asks, where would you like me to stand?
I thought Nuts was in the circle. You can stand with me, but try and stay out of it.
There's a. She smiles, but there's something different about the smile. Gawain hasn't got a clue.
I am a defensive fighter. I expect people to be behind me. That's my general modus operandi.
That's fine.
I'm usually standing in front of me.
Not what you implied.
Cool. So, Otto will stand at 2 o'clock. So he's in between Tavir and Nuts Stroke. Give in. Hui. I should have said slash, but never mind.
Fine, I'm wearing heavy armor. I probably can't feel it.
Brilliant. Otto takes a deep breath and moves his hand, and the floating glaive passes out over the water. As it passes out over the water, you can see there is a disturbance in the force, in the water, and it starts to... It doesn't part, so you can see the bottom of the pool, but it sort of curves as if there is a force beneath the glaive pushing the water. And it slowly goes out. As it reaches the middle, it is still above the water, and you can see the water is a little bit tetchy beneath where the glaive is. Otto looks straight across the pool to Sinis and looks questioningly, with his hand sort of raised it like this, and he's got it in a bit of a loose fist. And he's just waiting for the nod from Sinis.
Yep. So I have just drawn a card, and it was
Draw my bow.
it was an inverted Ace of Cups. Which just there's a few things for it, but one of it's just intuition. So I'm going to let it feel like it's odd.
And he opens his hand. The green wrapping, the greenery that's wrapped around the glaive, just dissipates into a very fine green dust, and the glaive lands in the water. And as it begins to sink beneath the surface of the water, you can see Sinis and Gawain. On where the star was on top, the water is now lapping over it, as if as if something is giving it a bit of energy, and it is now flowing over the stone plinth. The glaive disappears. The water begins to bubble in the central area. 2 seconds. You absolute bastard.
Like a little progress bar hovering over the pond that's at like 35%.
Gideon,
There is a loud roar that seems to come from the ambient forest around you. The sounds of wildlife disappears. The glaive goes beneath. It's quite difficult to understand it going beneath, seeing as the star platform is raised above the water, but you can no longer see the glaive. What you do see, Sinis, and mainly Tavir probably at this point, is you see a satyr coming out of the water without any demonic flavouring about them. They look very stereotypical to those of the forest. The thing that you've noticed with satyrs, they seem to be quite massive. So this satyr must be 6.5 foot coming towards you out the water to there. It gets within 30 feet of you. There's a bit of a moment where you are all a little bit, what is going on? The satyr comes out and then just face plants into the water and is floating on the water surface. Then,
It's kind of anticlimactic.
then you all look across to one at each other, across this 90-foot thing of water. You hear howling coming from the forest. The water all around the fountain rushes towards this pool of water, and it is as if all the water around the fountain and within the pool is rushing towards the central piece, as if the central stone with the star on it absorbs all the water. You can now see the muddy bed of where the water would have been with the rocks and stuff, the gridded floor where all these stone tiles have been put out all around in the fountain. There is a very, very quick moment, Sinis is the only one that probably sees this, where every tile has got one of those druidic symbols on it, and then fades away to just look like a tiled floor. The stone plinth in the middle is about 8 feet in height, so the depth of the pool is 8 feet, and there are a couple of outer rings that are steps that lead down into it, and you can see the base of the pillars where they are. All the howling in the surrounding area, you look across, and you see these large hounds, probably 6 feet from nose to tail, all now appearing from as if from nowhere in the outer woodlands around the fountain itself. Otto immediately looks to the other druids that are there, and they all rush to engage these hounds with fiery red eyes and a burnt brownish like fur and skin, and there are little puffs of flame popping up from all over there as if reaching through their flesh exposed to the oxygen around them. This leaves you lot, Gideon, Nuts and Otto around the fountain itself. Within the central piece you see a very faint image of the satyr that just is now laid flat on the floor with no water to hold them buoyant. A very faint image of them, and then behind them a growing portal of hellfire red behind them. And what we will do is all roll initiative.
Yay!
We have minis.
I'm going to use Gideon as cover.
You do. So we're going to roll. Let me turn this off. Boom. Can you see that?
Yeah.
Right,
We need to
cool.
click the menu first.
Players. There we go. Hopefully.
I can't select my model.
You can't select it? Where is your little model? Why can't you select it? Control by... That's not it. There we go. There we go.
I got him.
Right. I don't know why it's done that, but I'm going to do it anyway.
Same for me.
Yeah, I'm going to go around them. I don't know why it's done that, but... and Sinis.
We just rolling.
Yep.
Roll your initiative, yeah.
Your initiative,
go.
yeah.
So we're not clicking the models.
If you can take them all-
Yeah, click your model first. And then roll your initiative. So I've got... who have I got here? I've got Gawain and I've got Zek. I've now got Sinis. I'm just waiting on Tavir, which I know you got a swap.
almost like we're prepared for this one. And not a single initiative below 20.
And have you been added? You have indeed. Descending
Except
order.
Gideon.
Gideon's on there, mate. Don't worry about that.
Yeah,
Pre-rolled,
Gideon's
my
below
friend. Ah, yeah, Gideon's below 20. Bless him. He's shockingly below 20. I was wounded.
I suppose it's not bigger.
Right. So as the druids engage all around the pool in the woodland around you, there is roaring and snaps. There is bursts of fire coming from these quite obvious hellhounds as they attack and lay into the druids of the Circle of Emeralds. Otto immediately takes up a stance and he just summons a quarterstaff out of nothingness in his hand. You see, similar with Nuts, except she summons a wooden mallet, like a two-handed wooden mallet, and it just seems to manifest itself from nothingness. We have, I believe, Zek going first just. Before you, Zek, you see the satyr thing in. The red fire, hellfire portal. As it grows, you can see something beyond it, but not quite. As 3 hellhounds manifest within the pool. As I try to... boom. Yeah, roll 20.
Doggo.
Oh, that's danger close.
Might need to zoom in a little bit for people as we're moving around. Right, Zek, you're down here. Viewers will be able to see the creature. You guys shouldn't be able to, well, unless you're looking on the stream. So there's a hellhound in front of you. You will notice that the grid does not align to the grid on the fountain. That is deliberate. So your tokens will snap to the roll 20 grid, not the one in the pool, just so you know. But the distances are the same, so if you use your measuring tool, you can still go. So, Zek, you're up.
Okay, I'm going to shoot it.
Okay. Over to the monster manual, or the bestiary, I tell you. That's the wrong page. What did you get?
28.
28. That does indeed hit. I
Okay.
believe. Yes, it does.
And it also takes sneak attack damage. That's a total of 15 damage.
15. 15 damage as your arrow shoots across the 25 foot gap and plunges into the flesh of the Hellhound. Are you doing anything else?
Get it, Gideon! And then I'm going to move, and then I'm going to stealth, using Gideon as cover.
Cool. Give me a stealth roll and put it in your red circle, mate.
Done.
Please. Is that you done, yeah?
Yep.
Sinis.
I'm gonna look at the Hellhound near me and get it to make me a will save.
Motherfucker.
Days for days.
Days.
14 in total.
Yeah, now fam. So my save is
Higher than that.
it's 21, so
It's not a crit.
it's not a crit, but it is a fail. So it takes some dimmy damage.
2d6 plus cast mark.
Where's my d6 at? That's d4, your d6. That's pretty good actually. Where's my cast mark? I want to say.
Charisma, bad.
Wait, what? No, that should be right. Oh yeah, my bad. Charisma, yeah, I'm having a moment. I thought for a minute that I was a druid. I was getting really confused with Tallulah. 11 plus 4, 15 psychic damage. Woo!
You see the Hellhound sort of shake its head as if a puppy would sneeze in, and then there is a strange fiery liquid pours from its eyes down its face.
Cool.
It no like it is.
Good. I'm then going to use something that I keep forgetting to use. I'm going to use one of my bardic things. I'm just trying to find what it's actually called. I think it's Inspire Courage. Yeah. Yeah. So I get Inspire Courage as a cantrip essentially. That's one action. As part of being a bard, I believe.
Okay.
So it takes one action. I think this is the right thing. So for 60 foot around me, for the duration of one round, I inspire my allies with words and stuff like that. All the allies within that area gain a +1 status bonus to attack rolls, damage rolls, and saves against fear effects.
60 foot around you.
Yeah, mate.
So that, yeah. Is that right? Have I done that right?
60 foot
60 foot
emanation.
emanation, so.
So it's 60
Yeah.
feet
Yeah.
to there, so then all around, yeah? Yeah,
Yeah.
god damn. Alright, cool. So anyone
that's-
within that green gets a +1 to rolls?
Yeah, a +1 to attack rolls, their damage, and any status effects against fear.
Cool, cool.
Any saves against fear.
That's pretty badass.
And yeah, that's me.
Yeah. Gavin. 3 hellhounds have apparated in your vicinity. There are several more in the woodland around you.
Large.
Charge?
No, I take it they're large, so I can hit on that square.
Yes, yes.
Cool. I'm gonna run over there, scream at it, and like probably I'll try hitting it because that's probably the best way to get its attention.
Okay.
So face me, you hellhound.
Oh.
You do have hero points. There we go.
32 to hit.
That is a crit.
Sweet. Critical damage is apparently less than my actual damage, but
I would like you going forwards to roll critical damage because it annoys me that it does that.
24.
24.
No, actually, it's not chaotic, is it?
This creature is indeed chaotic.
Oh, it is chaotic. Okay, cool. In that case, yeah, 26.
26.
Any extra acid damage?
Yeah, I'm just looking at that one. Hang on a second. Why would you get extra acid damage? Not come on.
Or whatever you do.
It's lawful damage. It has added it on, yeah.
Yeah, it's added the 2 on.
Yeah.
Yep. So you do 26 points of damage to this Hellhound as your holy striking longsword of the Ivy Knight slashes through its flanks. You got anything else?
That is my 3, because I had to move twice.
Okay. That will leave us on Tevir, who is just cut off from the cameras. I'll sort that out for next week.
It's alright. The little satyr chibi next to the side of the pentagram, is that our Mr. Demon?
It is.
Or is that
no,
the
no,
unconscious one?
That's the unconscious one that came out the water and then fell face first in the water. When the water went away, they're now laid face first on the floor. The Hellfire portal is in the middle of that star. Ish.
So the portal, yeah, but there's no dude. It's just, right, yeah, cool. 5, 10, 15, 20, 30, 35. And I'm going to look at that one and buttons. Do they? Sorry, spells. And the Hellhound that was just hit by Gawain is going to take a Divine Lance of chaotic damage. Of good damage, sorry. See my things. It was a 24 to hit.
On the one that Gawain's hitting.
Yep.
24 hits.
Cracking. It takes 11 good damage.
11 good damage. It cares not.
It cares not. Well, shit. I'm going to. I'm going to realise that I did that out of range, so I'll have to just move slightly because the first action should have been to move into range.
okay, but it's alright. Your Divine Lance slams into the Hellhound.
Does little, and that's me.
Which Hellhound? Ha ha ha! This Hellhound will see Gideon and run at Gideon for its absolute sins.
I was going to say, it's an interesting life choice.
It will run at Gideon. It will then attempt to bite Gideon.
Bold move, Cotton. Let's see how it works.
That is a bold play, Cotton.
Ah, for fudge.
Poorly.
Fudge my life. What is that? Jesus Christ. That's a critical miss. I love my life. So that'll be...
Dog's name's Hydra.
Which is...
Axe damage!
6. So that's 8, 10, 14. Absolute gibber. As it tries to snap out at Gideon, it misjudges its bite and just sort of slams its snout into Gideon's chest. And there's a bit of a bloodied nose of the Hellhound. It will then use its last action to use its fiery divine breath weapon. And it will breathe flames to all creatures in a 15-foot cone. Let's have a look at you. I can get off here. Including Zek. So Zek, can you give me a probably successful reflex save, please?
29.
You succeed. On a basic, you take half.
Basic, no. Yeah, you take half.
Cool. So, Take 12 points. Oh, Jesus. Take 12 points of fire damage. And divine if it counts. And a reflex save I shall do now for the lovely Gideon. Oh, come on, Gideon. Gideon takes all 24 points of fire damage.
I mean, his reaction isn't just... Then...
That is that creature's go, and if I'm trying to use as much of the Roll20 as I can. Ah, you're joking me. Absolute. Cool. That's its go. Shabam. The portal in the middle grows and grows to something the size of when you saw Gideon, or at least the two of you that saw Gideon turn into the very large beowulf creature. And out steps a serpentine creature that is keeping itself upright on its snake-like body, and in its hand is the glaive of hellfire that you have just given back to the waters. And it will, he says, step from the portal, and the portal will instantly shut behind it. I stood in the middle of the lake. Is this monstrosity? Ah, yes! Where's my other page? Cool. That is the creature's go. As you see it now in all its glory. And there is a... Yeah, talking... Nope.
Beep.
As entrances go, I'll give it like a 7.
Needed Kamina Barana playing.
I mean, it's a fire salamander snake. I'm pretty sure I'd give it a good 5 out of 7.
The air around it seems to burn, pop, and hiss. It is now Otto's go. Otto, gonna crack out some druidic magic. Because... Why not? Where are you?
Because he's a druid.
Seems on brand.
On brand. On brand.
The question is, do demons take negative energy off of?
They should take it both.
Just deal cold.
Well, yeah, that too.
He will reach out his hand and his quarterstaff in front of him, close his eyes, and the air around him will flicker green as if luminescent fireflies are all around him. And Gawain, you feel hasted.
Sweet.
So you've had haste cast upon you, which I don't have at hand for the description, but I'm assuming it gives you more action points.
Gives him an additional action point, yeah.
There you go.
Gotta go fast.
In condition. His next action plan. Ready for strike or strike? Yeah.
And then we'll move. To here. And chill. Nuts. We'll start doing where are you, where are you? Da-da-da-da-da-da. Where are you, where are you? Come on. Come on. Nuts will start casting her druidic magics. That is amazing. Where are you, where are you? Dun 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 dun.
Turn into a pug.
She turns into a large mastiff.
Oh, that changed.
And then we'll engage. And now it's her turns. Yes. The Hellhound nearest to Sinis will engage Sinis. And try to bite Sinis. I highly doubt that's it. A 22.
22 does hit. I'm only at 19.
Cool. Yeah. So you take nothing. 1, 5, 11. You take 15 points of damage. You feel a piercing damage, obviously from its teeth. The fiery saliva burns into your skin, but you also feel a chaotic element to its bite.
Involved?
Take chaos damage.
Well, it just doesn't do any weird and wonderful stuff. It will try and bite you again, but this time at negatives. Oh, that is balls A up.
Is that a 1?
That is a 1.
Go fail.
Jesus Christ.
Have I got moon?
4, 7,
Little hellfire moon.
10. It doesn't take the 3. So it just takes.
Orc.
As it tries to bite you a second time, it actually bites its own tongue really fucking hard. The one fighting yourself, Gawain, you see this very, very large, same size as the Hellhound, Coal Third Mastiff dog come rushing up and just get ready to leap into the fray with the Hellhound. The Hellhound will turn, see you two, and be like, nice, fire breath.
Oh, of course.
Can you give me a reflex save, please? DC 19.
I will not.
You will not. Let me just roll for your betrothed. Right, you're both taking it all.
Sir Gawain's is a critical failure.
Oh, because it's an 8.
No, because he rolled a 1.
Yeah, I've just seen there, red. Right, so you're taking a lot of that. You're taking 36 points of fire damage, Gawain. As for some unknown reason, you put your head in its mouth before it breathes. Just showing off to the mastiff. Can you do ult against that?
So yes, I can. I haven't used my thing yet, so I will retribution strike it. Because it's on damage being dealt to Nuts.
Nuts is not critical, so he's only taking 18.
Yeah, that's fine.
So you take 36.
So I take 36, which is fire, isn't it?
Fire, 36 fire.
Yeah.
But you should have resistances to that. Because of your...
I only take 31.
Because
cool.
of your runestone from today.
So in a second, I just need to actually click on me and do some damage. But there we go.
So how much does Nuts take?
5.
So out of the 18, how much does your Retributive Strike resist?
Plus my level. She gets resistance 7 against the damage.
So what was it, 18? So she takes 11, yeah?
Yeah. And I get to...
And you get to strike. Cool.
Which is only a 19.
A 19 just misses. Just.
I'm going to be wrong.
Using a hero point?
No, I'm not going to.
Alright, cool. So it's done its fire breath. You see it again, it just roars out and a eruption of flame pours forth from it. It's a supernatural fire, which is like birds so goddamn much, Gawain. It's now Gideon's turn. It'll try and bite you before as well, actually, so it's going to have a bite. At the Mastiff. It's the Mastiff.
Bastard.
No, bitch.
No, the Hellhound's probably here.
I should just do that as well, so 9. Right, cool. I can't do math. After breathing fire on you two, you see its teeth sink into the just under the neck area of the Mastiff. Then it's Gideon's turn. Gideon will do his party trick and disappear.
Some fecking squire you've got.
That was a new one. There we go.
Ah!
You see Gideon again, fur erupt, skin, bones tear and break as he turns into his 15-foot wolf bear form.
I like to think of it as man bear pig.
No such thing as man bear pig.
And will lay waste to the hellhound in front of him with his one and only strike of this turn. Oh yeah! Goodbye, hellhound.
I'm just saying, he rolls 3d12.
You see, so it takes a lot of concentration, or quite a quick amount of concentration, forget it, to turn into his form, and then with one large hand slashes into the. Well, this hellhound is looking blooded, so it's definitely had a scrap, and you reckon it's below. You reckon it's below half health. That's round one done, kids. It is now Zek's go. All around you, Zek, you can hear arcane mutterings as spells are spun and flung all about you in the woodlands. You can see gouts of breath of fire coming from hellhounds in the trees around you. And then whatever you're dealing with now.
I'm gonna go shoot that hellhound again. Does it know where I am?
I doubt it. Give me a sec. 16. It does not. What was your thing? 20 odd? Yeah, it does not.
28.
Yep.
Okay. 32.
Yep. And critical.
Yep. So that's 10 for that.
Is that 24?
24 damage in total.
Jesus. This thing is looking fudged. As it's got a large slash mark, a couple of arrows in it from Zek and Gideon.
And I'll move to there and I will attempt to rehide.
Cool. Just changes. Oh, yeah, you'll drop it down a little bit. It's your go, Sinis.
You know the drill.
Oh god, that's a crit fail.
Oh, so he's going to take the damage. I think I've put the macros in, so I'm going to try this. This can only end well.
Nope.
No. I'm just going to roll some dice. That's 9 plus 4, 13 psychic, and he's stunned 1.
Nice.
I'm then going to carry on saying my wonderful pearls of "you'll got this," and potentially to the masters, you are the goodest girl. And yeah, just carry on with my restart my inspiration cantrip.
Do you have to do an upkeep of it?
I have to it only lasts 1 round, but
so
it's a cantrip, so I can do it ad nauseum, so I recast it.
Okay.
But yeah, it's a single action cast. Yeah.
Gawain, your turn.
Cool. There we go. Roll round so the mastiff is flanking with me. Shout at the thing to saw it and say, "Oi, over here." Yeah, boy. Which is aimed at the hellhound, not her.
I was just making a mental note then. I was like, he's getting it after that. I tell you right now.
There we go.
Jesus.
Boom!
And your crit damage is maxed as well.
Yep, I'll leave it as is. I'm not going to bother rolling that.
That old chest up. Alright, that's a lot of damage.
Yeah, so 29.
Is the additional 3 not multiplied by 2 as well?
I do not know.
Yes, it's Pathfinder in it, so it's all of it, so it'll be another 3.
32.
Jesus. This hellhound wears down on you, coal, fire-burning eyes, some sort of bloody fiery liquid pouring from its mouth and the flanks where you've given it a good shoeing.
Is it still there?
It's still it doesn't look good, but it's still there. There we go.
Reroll it.
Yeah.
All about that reroll.
All about that reroll.
So is this the reroll or a hero point?
Hero point. Yeah,
Use
hero.
the reroll.
Use the reroll.
Alright, use the reroll. It's only an 18, obviously, with the multiple attack penalty.
And also it's flanked, so it gets
Plus
minus 2.
Sinus as well. So it's actually
20.
21.
21 hits.
Cool. Takes, it's not critical, 4, 19, 20 damage.
Yep.
Jesus Christ. You're a little bit confused how it's still standing.
It's a,
But your second Holy Divine Strike, you actually see an edge of green down your blade as it cleaves into this chaotic creature.
my final action, I will raise my shield while also taunting it. Nah.
Is this roleplay taunt, yeah?
Yeah.
Yeah, cool, you crack on.
Mostly because I don't like
Oh,
moving it.
shit.
That bitch is gonna smack you up.
It's now Tevay's turn. Tevay, there is a very large, serpent-like salamander creature in front of you.
I'm going to do something very stupid.
I'm shocked.
Excuse me, are you a fiend?
Oh my god.
And I'm going to cast Searing Light. I hope I've done the macros right.
I mean, oh.
25 to hit.
25. 2
Yeah.
6. 2 seconds.
Housekeeping.
25 just hits.
Just hits. It takes 14 fire damage and 18 good damage. If it's a fiend.
It is indeed a
Or
fiend.
undead.
So it takes 32. Oh my
Yep.
shit. The bed.
And my third action will be to cast Shield on myself.
Cool. Guess who's getting fucked by the salamander?
There's a reason I'm casting Shield on myself.
I hope it works really well for you.
Plus 1 AC.
So is that you 2 actions and 1 action for shield? Well done.
Yep.
Cool.
Yep.
Where are you little? This is now down to 3. It will bite Gideon. Yeah. Oh, it will bite Gideon.
Orc.
Oh, I should just press 2. It bites into the large beast flanks of Gideon, and then will... Oh, fuck it, I'll try and bite him again. Oh, kiss my ass. Yeah, it's a critical miss. Ah, oh, come on! Come on! 18, 22... Oh, it might do it. Woo! It somehow manages to tear into its own paw front leg as it's like reaching up and trying to bite at Gideon. And it just causes severe wounds to itself, but it's still standing. It's now the serpent-like creature, salamander demon in the middle's turn. It will absolutely ruin your day.
Yes, I'm well aware of that.
It'll slither over to you. You now have a creature in front of you that is about 20 foot high, and that's resting on the serpent-like body. How long it is in actual is probably a good 40 feet. But this thing is enormous, and it has the Hellfire Glaive in front of it.
I am 3 feet tall.
You are getting done, son. It will just hiss at you. Do you speak any of the hellish, fiendish languages?
I don't believe so. One sec. Shit, what language is this? No, I don't.
Cool.
Common Dwarven, Goblin, Orc.
It will whisper to you in a infernal-like guttural language that only you hear. Give me a will save.
Yeah.
DC 26.
I can pass that on a crit.
Well, let's see where you roll. Ooh!
Oh, 23?
Cool.
That's not 26.
No. It's not. Oh, that's a fail, mate.
Yep. Oh, that was crap. So can you take 12 points of mind damage or psychic damage? Is it mind?
Mental.
Mental.
Maybe.
Yep.
Which squares does the fiend occupy? Exactly. I know the picture. But for example, does it occupy?
It's 3 by 3.
Yeah, but is it in this square?
Yes.
Yeah. So.
Or is it in this square?
Yeah. So it's edge of its squares here.
So if I take a 5-foot step, I can hit the edge of its square.
No.
No, one more square.
That's fine. I can't.
Yeah.
It's just hard to come with the 2 grids. That's all. No,
Cool.
crack on. Sorry, Tivay, you're fucked.
Yeah.
You will feel a potency of similar to your daze cantrip attack your mind.
Yeah. Am I stunned by any chance?
Revenge days.
You are
No,
stunned.
because it didn't critically fail.
It's not daze that he's casting. You are stunned with 1.
Yep. So I missed next round.
So a good thing that I learned here. Hang on.
You lose 1 action.
Just lose 1 action. Oh,
Yeah.
cracking thing. Alright.
So I put a little red dot with a 1 in it. I probably should do that a different colour actually. There you go. And that's its turn. It's now Otto's turn. Otto will. Run all the way there. It's now Nuts' turn. She's going to bite.
He has flanking.
She needs it. And flanking. Yep, that's good. Good. Ah, that's boo. She rips into it. She'll bite it again. -5. Oh my god. Critically fail. Ah. And just as she's tussling with the Hellhound, she gets a successful sinking of her teeth, and then she seems to bite herself in the process. Because why wouldn't you? Hellhound fighting you two. It will now fire breath you two. Reflex save. Sinis and Otto. I'll do Otto's.
Okay.
Do you benefit from your +1, Sinis?
I do not believe so.
Cool, so I need you to do a...
Yeah, I'm just going to my details. Reflex. Yeah.
19 you need to beat. Oh, 13.
I'm going to use my hero. In fact, no, I'm not going to. I'm going to take it like a chump. I feel I may need my hero later.
It's like
Um,
turn decision.
Does Otto get it to the save or not?
Yes.
Yeah, he will. Yeah, Martin's right. Actually, I'll just I'll do it. I'll re-roll. There we go.
Nice.
All right, you pass. Does Otto get +1 to his save?
It's only versus fear.
No,
Only
he
against
doesn't.
fear. So
Yeah, it's only against fear, so he gets to attacks and damage, but only saves against fear.
All right, so okay. Where's Otto? Give me a sec. 19. Roll the first. Cool. Otto is fine. Basic, so you only take half damage. You take 10 each. The fire damage, it will then try and bite.
Does it have the actions for it? Because it's stunned one.
Oh, it does not. It does not. Well done. But that stun's gone now, yeah?
Yep.
Stun 1, breath weapon 1. It
Depends
does.
if it's a minion or not.
No, it's not a minion.
And it gets 3 actions.
Yeah, so it does have it.
He
One.
gets to do it.
Cool.
But only one.
Oh, sugar me. That's a crit on Otto. No, it's not. 19. It's not a crit, just. But he's getting it. Let's just roll 2 of you to make that easier. So it's doing me head in. It bites into Otto. Next Hellhound will attack Gawain with a 25. You're on mute, mate.
5 is exactly my shield AC. Yeah. Go on. Okay.
Roll the other 2, you bastard. 17, 21 points of damage.
You'll block that as my reaction. So, shield's hardness, which is 7, so it goes down to 14. Shield is 14. I take cool.
Have you done your shieldy stuff?
Yep.
Cool, it will try and bite nuts. It will successfully bite nuts.
Oh, motherfucker. Use my reaction. Damn it.
So is this the retribution thing? Oh, you've used your reaction. Yeah, sorry, yeah. I totally planned that. Boom. Gideon. Oh, yes. If he says it's dead.
Looks like. Oh.
Gideon hits and can't not kill it. So between Zek and Gideon, they've nailed the Hellhound as he slashes into it. But then we'll use 5, 10, 15, 20, 25, 5, 10. Is that right? There we go. And run up to aid Tavir. Zach, you're up.
You got this, buddy! You can do it! I'm gonna shoot the big salamandery looking thing. 31?
You hit the big salamander thing. It is not a crit.
Okay. Is it flat footed?
Yeah.
Does it know I'm there or not?
Nah, it's not got a clue. I highly doubt.
So it gets -2 to its AC?
Nah, it's not a clue. Yep, you still miss. And it is still not a crit.
Oh, right. I still miss? Or
Sorry, you still hit, it's not a crit.
Right, okay. That's 11 points of damage.
11 points of damage.
And I will shoot it again.
Kilias.
25.
25 does indeed hit.
For 17 points of damage.
17.
And then I will hide. My hide is slowly but getting worse.
Sinis. Am I rolling a will save?
4. You are. I'm just deciding which spell for.
Oh, okay.
No, we'll stick with days for now. Yeah.
So days, yeah?
Yeah. I want to save my slots. I don't have all that many.
Fair. We'll save +7.
Oh.
26.
It passes.
Is that half damage?
Half damage.
Yeah, I'm just seeing. It doesn't say anything.
It's on a cantrip.
It's a cantrip, so it just doesn't do anything.
No, it's still a basic save.
Basic
Any
saves,
basics?
Yeah, go on. What James is saying. Basic saves, if you succeed, are half damage.
Okay. In which case, that's 5 plus 9.
It's so that you actually do some damage during a fight.
Yeah, rather than 5th ed where it's like, oh, this cantrip just didn't work.
Okay, that's fine. So half of 9. I don't know if you rounded up or down.
Round down.
So 4.
Cute. Similar scene of fiery blood from the eyes.
I'm going to try and move. Oh no, I can't move and do my casting.
Yeah.
I'm going to. I'm going to move around here, so I'm behind it. 1 to give Otto some flanky. And 2 so I can get more of our friends in the thing when I want to cast it next turn. So I'm going to leave the aura up, so we've got it for now. Take it off, actually. How do I take the aura off?
I'll do it.
Yeah, so take it off because I'm not playing it this turn, but I will do next turn. So that's me.
Cool. Give in.
Okie dokie. Let's try and smacky the back of this doggy.
Smacky the back of this doggy.
Yeah.
26. Yep.
Hit.
It's not a crit, but it does hit.
Yeah, cool. In that case, 15 damage.
You delete the Hellhound.
It's Matt Hardy, that thing.
It just evaporates in ash.
That's 1 second. 1, 2. As much as I'd love to flank with Gideon, I'm going to flank with Tivey on the off chance that he manages to get his ass out of the fire.
Legit.
Attack, move, haste attack. Right. It's probably not going to hit because it's the second attack. 19.
19 does not hit.
21 rather.
With the flank does not hit, sorry.
That's fine. Cool. But it's not a crit fail. And then I use my final one to raise my shield while spitting epithets about how she's born from hell and like I will strike you down, yada yada yada. I am your shield.
Wow, I'm there, man. I'm there.
Alright, fine. Do you want a better roleplay than that?
No, you're dead to me. To bit.
I'm apparently still muted. I'm just going to do the same thing. The dude's in my face. He's going to get a searing beam of light.
So, what I forgot to do first round, lucky you, you're in the red aura. Jesus wept.
What red aura?
There's a red circle around the creature.
Not on our screen.
Not on our screen, there isn't.
Isn't there?
No.
Not fun.
Why is that?
I can see it on the stream, but I can't see it on our screen.
Yeah.
That was close to poetry.
What about now?
Nope.
Anticlimactically, no.
What about now?
Yay!
Yes!
Hey!
Oh my god, if I get my aura back up, we've got traffic lights.
Yeah, mine's just a fear aura, a bit like yours though.
Yeah, can you give me a what do you call it? Is it fortitude?
Fortitude is a thing, is that the
Yeah,
right one?
the fortitude save, the physical one.
Yeah, Fortitude.
Oh, I'm looking in the monster manual for. Alright, Kith.
24.
Oh, you are fine. You feel fatigued in a icy way in this heat around this creature, but there is no status effect applied to you. Gideon.
It's
It's fine.
did it take its damage?
Sorry. Syrian Light. Attack 27, yep. Damage.
10
it
fire and
26?
19 and 6. Yeah, 26. And I believe I was stunned once, so that's 2 actions. That's me.
And you're no longer stunned.
Back in.
It's now its go.
He's gonna wear me.
Well, it's going to give it a go. Its first action will be Armour of Flims.
Yeah.
Oh my.
Until the start of its next turn, it will have a +2 to its AC. So with the flat-footed, I'll leave it on what it is. And when an adjacent creature touches it or hits it with a physical attack, you'll be taking damage. Unless it succeeds on a reflex save. Yep. So that's its first action. It is now even more fiery. Let's put a little fire symbol there. Its second one, with the glaive, it will slam down into you, Tave, because you are fuck ass annoying.
Seems legit. Oh.
21.
Oh, that is the number. Yeah, even with my fancy new braces of armour, that is the number.
You might get away with it. 15 points of magical piercing damage.
Didn't you raise a shield?
Objection!
I lost it because I've lost my action this turn.
What's your objections, Stu?
My objection probably misses, but
Your objection does miss.
yeah, 7 points of resistance to that damage.
So you only take 7.
Oh, cracking.
I rolled an 18 to hit the thing retributively, which
Yeah.
probably.
Well, with its +2 AC and you're flat-footed, you rolled a 16. But you still missed anyway. But it's not critical, so it's good. So that was 1, 2. Ooh, do I? Go on then. -5. Its tail will whip round at you, Tave, to try and grab you,
Yay!
as well as hurt you.
It's going to succeed.
Probably not. 15.
No.
Cool. Tail just
Goodness.
whips out over your head.
Woo-hoo.
Otto's
3
turn.
hurt.
Otto will heal Sidis. Now I know the spell's called heal, but I don't know what to roll.
It's one. It's going to be 2d8 because it's going to be the ranged version. No, sorry, 1d8 plus 8 because it's the ranged version. If it's a first level,
What if he touches?
he'd have to move around and touch, and in which case it would be 1d8.
So he gets more for ranged.
Yeah.
So yeah, because it's 2 actions.
I see. So it's 1d8 plus what? Sorry,
Plus 8.
plus 8.
If it's a first level spell, if he's upping
Can
it.
he heighten it? Yeah. So you can.
Yeah, you can heighten it. Each level adds an extra d8. It doesn't add an extra plus 8.
So we'll heighten it to level 3. So it'll be 3d8 plus 3, yeah?
No,
3d8 plus 8.
3d8 plus 8, sorry, yeah, I know what I meant.
I feel I need to highlight that Sinis isn't blooded.
Oh, I don't know that.
You can see it.
There you go, so you're taking 24 points of healing.
You come back to full.
All Otto knows
You've got the
is
second
you
one.
both stood in front of a hellhound and got breathed fire on,
okay.
so he healed you.
That's fine. I applaud his gentlemanliness.
For reference, when you heighten the ranged version, actually it's the static number that improves, and you basically get an extra 8 for each level it's heightened.
Oh, is it?
So it'd be 1d8 plus 24.
Yeah.
Okay.
So you 24 plus a d8 roll.
You've took your healing. But noted. That's actually quite a cool mechanic. Right, so dish, and we'll bite into the demonic salamander. We'll shit the bed. What's that? Fucking critical. Fucking fail, motherfucker. That'll do. We like them low numbers.
Salamander's going to survive by virtue of just not being able to hit it. Better than a Hydra.
The Hellhound fighting Otto and Sinis is now confused, so we'll try and bite Otto first. Oh, Jesus. Critically fail, and then let's see what it does against Sinis, just to see if I'm rolling any damage at all. Oh my god! It will critically fail twice. So yeah. So I'll just roll all this damage now.
It's all that day's damage.
14, 19.
Saying this salamander really needs to think about where he gets his hellhounds from, because they are not bright pups.
The other two seemed okay. This one definitely isn't.
Well, that'll be its go. After it, for some reason, it's like Ed the hyena out of.
That's what I was gonna say.
It's just chewing on its own leg. Great minds, Gary. Great minds. Right.
I'm just gonna share a look with Otto over the top of this hellhound. Like, what the hell?
Gideon will attack the salamander. Gideon will hit the salamander. Nope. Will he? Yeah, Gideon hits the salamander. Oh! Gideon misses the salamander. Bastard! What did he get? A 3. Gideon misses the salamander with his first strike. But he hits it with his second. And will slash through the scales and flesh as fire bursts from beneath the scales all over Gideon's fur. But he stands strong. The salamander does not yet look blooded. I am, however, mid-fight going to end it there, because I know what's left to do with the salamander. It's 11 o'clock at night. It's actually 10 past 11 at night. So unfortunately, chat, I'm going to have to call it there, because this could go on longer than we want, and my children will be up in 4 minutes. Bastards. But yes, so we will remain it there. We will cliffhanger it there. We will dive straight back in next week, straight off with a fight to see if they defeat the demonic creature and what happens if they succeed. What happens if they fail? Bring backups next week, kids. Thank you very much for tuning in. If you've watched all of it, great. If you've only just joined us, please watch this on the VOD or YouTube, etc. I hope you're enjoying it. I've really enjoyed this evening. It's been cool to do a really cool fight and use Roll20. The maps, I can't remember what they're called, but it's big book of battle maps. They did a Kickstarter. I can't remember the name of the company. Aoki or Loke or something like that with an E. And these are digital versions of what you would get in the books. So if you look up big book of maps, then yes, these maps are available in those books, and through various love of the community and the channel, we have them to use on our battles. So I'll be using more and more of them. So thank you very much for tuning in. Thank you very much to our sponsors. Thank you very much to Just Games and Sawdustandswearwords, Sunscape for the music, etc., etc. Love you all. It's Saturday. I'm off. So for now, say goodbye, players.
Goodbye, players.